Nobody came. There was no date, no marker in the yard. Just an ordinary Thursday. Homework on the table, TV on, and you were gone. Not dramatically, not all at once, just quietly concluded in the middle of a meal. The child who trusted that the world was fundamentally kind just stopped being real. She used to tell you things, that child. She used to say, I'm scared, without apologizing for it. Used to ask for what she needed without the careful hedge. Used to cry in front of people like it wasn't dangerous, like she had the right to have an edge. I held a small funeral for her recently, just me and a cup of tea going cold. I said, you were real, I said, I remember the jar, the grass, the running, the not knowing how to fold. I said, I see you, I said, I'm sorry that I couldn't keep you from the cold. A small funeral, no flowers, just the memory of a face that hadn't learned to be a strategy. A small funeral for the child who didn't know that love was something you applied for and might not be approved. She deserved a better world than the one she walked into. She deserved to stay a little longer than she was allowed to. I find her sometimes in the middle of a laugh that surprises me, in a field in early light before the thinking starts. She visits briefly like a weather, like a door left briefly open, and I feel her in my chest, the old uncalculating heart. I wonder if she knew she was leaving, if there was a moment of looking back. I wonder if she wanted to warn me about what the learning and the growing and the fitting in would cost. I think she did. I think she stood there for a long time at the door, and I was just too busy becoming to notice I was losing something. I would spend a lifetime looking for a small funeral, no eulogy, just this, a small funeral for the child I used to be. She ran, she laughed, she loved without the footnote. She took up space without the apology. And somewhere in an ordinary afternoon, she went to sleep, and I grew up without her, and I've been half ever since. But I'm holding her, I'm holding her right here. I've got her now, I've got her. Bathroom light is honest in the morning. It shows me everything I used to fear. A face that settled into something permanent. The stranger and the self both standing here. I used to think that 40 had an answer, a finish line where everything made sense. Now it's just a Tuesday in November. The coffee's hot, the window's full of mist. Nothing's wrong, that's what I tell you. Everything is fine, and that is true. But somewhere in between the fine and sleeping, something that I 22, didn't die in a fire, just stopped wanting to. And I'm not sad, I'm just awake, sitting in the life I chose, watching morning break. I pay my bills, I call my mother Sundays, I show up for the people that I love. I'm good at this, the quiet and the steady. I just forgot what used to be enough. Not a crisis, not a breakdown, not the kind of thing you talk about at lunch. Just a hand flat on the mirror, feeling nothing but the cold. I look at myself, I don't look away. I know this face has been here every day. The hunger I had at 22 didn't die in a fire, just stopped wanting to. And I'm not sad, I'm just awake, sitting in the life I chose, watching morning break. Maybe this is what arriving feels like, not a bang, but just a quiet door. Maybe I have everything I aim for, and the aiming was the part I was alive for. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just standing here, brushing my teeth at 40 years old. I look at myself, there's no one to blame. The road I took and the road I didn't take, both lead here, both lead here, to this light, to this face, to this ordinary, unremarkable grace. The coffee's getting cold, I should go. I know, I know, I know. You drove 3 hours just to watch me on that stage. Sat in the back row, left before the curtain came. I saw you through the spotlight, coat still on the go. The nearest thing to proud you got was not saying no. You taught me how to ride a bike without a word, just held the seat until you didn't, till I soared. I turned around to show you, you were halfway home. I learned that love means watching people go alone. I've been chasing something nameless my whole life, and every boss, every lover, every fight. If you just look at me like I am enough, maybe I can finally stop. I became the girl who works until she breaks, who shrinks herself to fit whatever space she takes, who asks, are you proud of me, with everything she does. Still 7 years old, still standing at the door, still waiting for your love. I date the quiet ones, the ones who hold things back, who make me earn each smile and never cut me slack. I think I picked them knowing what the ending feels like. Comfortable in waiting, comfortable and almost right. I'm not angry, I just finally understand. You were somebody's child, became the girl who works until she breaks, who shrinks herself to fit whatever space she takes, who asks, are you proud of me, with everything she does. Still 7 years old, still standing at the door, still waiting for your love. You showed up in 1,000 ways I couldn't name back then. The lunch is packed, the forms all signed, the showing up again. I know it now, I know it, but knowing doesn't fill the silence where 3 words should have lived. I became the girl who finally understands that love can be a lifetime lived through working hands. I carry all your silences like stones inside my chest, and I'm learning, I'm still learning, that enough was always yes. Are you proud of me, Dad? Are you proud of me? I think you were. I think you were. I rehearsed the joke before I said it at the table. Watch their faces for the signal it had landed. I laughed a beat too early, smiled a little too arranged. I've been performing casual for so long it feels the same. I sent the email, then I read it back 4 times. Changed the tone from warm to formal, back to warm. I said sorry in the subject line, then deleted it, then put it back. I've been apologizing for existing since I learned the knack. I don't know when I learned that I was too much or not enough, or both at the same time. I just know by 2nd grade the calibration had been made, and I've been running the correction ever since. Not enough, not enough. I've been measuring myself against a ruler no one showed me how to read. Not enough, not enough. I built a life around the edges of an Eden that wasn't even mine to carry. It was handed down like furniture, like weather, like a name. And I've been living in the not enough, like it was just the way things came. I got the promotion, sat in the parking lot and cried, not from joy, from terror that they'd figure out in time that I had somehow fooled them, that the gap between their version and my own was just a matter of how long before they know. But here's the thing I'm finally starting to see, that not enough was never actually about me. It was a system, it was a market, it was a metric built for selling you the cure to something that was never a disease. I was a child who needed food and sleep and to be held, and someone handed me a scorecard instead. And I said thank you, and I filled it out for 30 years and called it growing up. I'm putting down the scorecard now, not because I've passed, but because the test was always fake. Not enough, not enough. spent so long inside that sentence that I thought it was my home. Not enough, not enough, but I've been more than enough to everyone who loves me and was loved, and I just couldn't see it through the noise of not enough, of not enough, of not enough, of not enough, enough, just enough, not perfect, not impressive, just enough to be here, just enough to take up space, just enough to be the person who looks back at this face and says, you were always enough, you were always trying, you were always here, and here is more than enough. I'm putting down the ruler, I don't need the score. I was enough before they told me I should ask for more. I'm enough right now, as is enough. The landlord keeps my deposit in his drawer. I hung one nail and now I can't do more. The neighbors know my ceiling but not my name. I learned the bus route like a language all the same. I find the cheapest grocery store by March. I know which laundromat won't eat your cart. I send my mother photos of a room that looks like living but is mostly passing through. At every party someone asks me where I'm from. I give the answer that takes least explaining. And somewhere in between the city and my tongue, there's a version of myself still midair, waiting. I am from nowhere that will claim me back. I am from suitcases and forwarding address. Every city lets me in and locks the gate. I'm fluent in arriving, never fluent in the state. I'm not homesick, I'm just sick of not belonging anywhere. Not there, not here, not anywhere. My accent softens when I need a job. My references are people 3 cities off. I celebrate alone on New Year's Eve with people I've known for just 1 season's leave. I've learned to love the version of myself who travels light and doesn't need the asking, who finds the coffee place by Thursday of the week and calls that good enough and keeps on moving. I am from nowhere that will claim me back. I am from suitcases and forwarding address. Every city lets me in and locks the gate. I'm fluent in arriving, never fluent in the state. I'm not homesick, I'm just sick of not belonging anywhere. Not there, not here, not anywhere. But I have memorized this particular street corner, the way the light falls after 4 o'clock in fall. I know the woman at the kanji shop by order. She doesn't know my name but saves the seat against the wall. And maybe that is something, not a home but a thread, not belonging but a pattern of returning to the same small warmth across the strangeness every morning. There's a kind of root that grows sideways through the concrete, still root. I am from everywhere, I chose to stay a while. I am from the corner booth, the known barista smile. No city claimed me, so I had to claim myself. Not the soil, but the choosing. Not the place, but the return. And I'm not floating anymore. I'm just rooted differently, quietly here. The city doesn't know me yet, but I keep coming back. I keep coming back. That counts. That counts for something. It wasn't a moment, that's the thing. It wasn't a scene. It was a Tuesday in November. Ordinary light, ordinary everything. And you were asking me to read the label on the bottle because the print was small. And I read it and I handed it back, and something crossed the room that neither of us named at all. I booked the appointment, I don't remember deciding to. I just found myself on hold with the number you gave me years ago and said it's for my parent. And the sentence sat there in my mouth, so strange, so new, so permanent sounding, so already true. I keep the version of you from the photographs, the one with dark hair and the jacket and the height. I keep that one like currency, like something I can spend when the Tuesday version is too much, too close to right. I didn't notice until Tuesday. I wasn't looking, I was busy being your child. And then one afternoon the light came through and showed me all the ways that time had moved without my permission, without a sound, without the decency to warn me that the ground had shifted under both of us, and I was standing uphill now. You made the tea the way you always make it, too strong, a little sweet the way I like it, handed it without asking because you've always known. And I held it and I thought, how many hundreds of times has this hand given me a warm thing? How many hundreds more will I get? Time is not a villain, I know that, I know it just goes the way the rivers go, not cruel, not kind, just going. And we are standing on the bank, and the water that was here this morning is already somewhere else. And I want to hold it, I want to cup my hands around this particular water, this particular Tuesday, these particular hands that made my tea, and not let the river take another inch of you. Not yet, not yet, not yet. I didn't notice until Tuesday, and now I notice everything. The way you hold the railing, the way much attention, I'm so late. Paying attention, I'm memorizing Tuesday, I'm memorizing you, I'm keeping all of it, I'm keeping every ordinary thing, I'm keeping you. The tea too strong, a little sweet, the way I like you, always knew, you always knew. I've got it, I remember, I've got it, I got you. We read the news before we brush our teeth. The city burning, 7:33. We close the app, we make the coffee strong. We catch the train, we try to get along.
We know the statistics for the glaciers melting. We know the names of kids who didn't make it home. We carry it the way you
Carry weather, not dramatic, just a bone deep cold. We saw everything and still made lunch. We knew the world was ending on the morning bus. We are the generation holding grief like groceries, both hands full. Still walking home. She posted a meme about the thing that broke her. He likes it from the toilet, almost cries. We've learned to hold the horror and the humor simultaneously, just to survive. This is not a protest song, we're too tired for the chanting. This is just a Wednesday and a witness and a hand held out across the wreckage of the feet, saying, I see it too, I see it too, I'm still here. Are you? We saw everything and still made lunch. We knew the world was ending on the morning bus. We are the generation holding grief like groceries, both hands full. Still walking home. We saw everything and chose to stay, not because it's fine, but because we couldn't look away. We are the generation that inherited the fire and kept the kettle on and didn't stop, didn't stop, didn't stop, didn't stop. Still here, still making breakfast, still reading the news, still showing up. That's the whole thing, that's all of it, that's us, that's us. It's 3:54 on a Wednesday. I've answered 37 things. things today. My body is a chair that has opinions. My coffee's been lukewarm since noon in May. I've been afraid of something since the morning. A shapeless thing that doesn't have an address. It just sits in the left side of my breathing and makes the ordinary feel like too much work. And then the room did something with the sunlight. The way it doesn't fall at almost 4. It came in low and lit the dust that's always floating. I never see the dust, I saw the dust. 3:54, the light came in sideways. 3:54, the dust moved like it always does. And I was there, in my body, in my chair, in my actual afternoon. For 3, maybe 4 consecutive seconds. That was the practice. That was the whole practice. 3:54. I wanna tell you it changed something lasting. That I sat in golden light and was reborn. But I checked my phone at 3:57. And the shapeless fear was waiting right where I'd left off. That's the thing nobody tells you about presence. It doesn't hold, it's not a switch you flip. It's more like looking up and then forgetting, and then looking up again a little bit. 3:54, the light came in sideways. 3:54, the dust moved like it always does. And I was there, in my body, in my chair, in my actual afternoon. For 3, maybe 4 consecutive seconds. And then I wasn't, and then I tried again. 3:54, I think about the people who do this well, who wake up in the morning is just morning, who eat their food and taste it while they're eating, who aren't already somewhere else before they've left. I'm not that person. I don't know if I'll get there, but I saw the dust today, the floating dust at 3:54. And I said, oh, there it is, the afternoon. I'm in it for a second. I'm in 3:54, some Wednesday in November. 3:54, the room just being in a room, and I was there and perfectly present in my ordinary, unremarkable enough. 3:54, write it down. 3:54, you were there, you were actually there. 3:54, the dust, the light, the chair, you were there, you were there, you were there. You used to fall asleep without a list of things you hadn't done. You used to eat your food without a thought of what it weighed. You used to walk into a room, just walk in like you had the right, like the room was glad. You used to not be afraid. There was a birthday, I think it was the 10th or maybe 9th, when someone laughed at something that you did, the wrong kind of laugh, and you filed it quietly in the place where the safe things used to live, and something rearranged itself inside your chest, and you started to edit before you spoke. I wish I could go back to just before that laugh and stand between you and the moment. Tell you it means nothing, it means nothing. Tell you you don't have to carry that for the rest of your life, but I can't, and you did, and here we are. Before you knew that some rooms weren't yours to enter, before you knew that wanting had a cost, before you learned to make yourself convenient, before you learned to grieve the things you'd lost, there was a child who took up all her space, who laughed without reviewing it, who wore her whole unedited face. I miss her, God, I miss her every day. She's in the photographs from before the self-awareness, before the posing for the camera began. Open mouth mid-run, not thinking how she looked mid-run, just running because she can. I study her sometimes like a foreign language I used to speak fluently and lost. I'm not angry at whoever taught you fear. They were afraid themselves, they didn't know. I'm not angry at the world for being what it is. I'm just very quietly sitting with the loss of someone no one else will mourn, because no one saw her clearly but me, the child who didn't know the shape of her own softness was a thing the world would try to take. Before you knew, there was a morning, ordinary warm. Before you knew, there was a child mid-run, mid-laugh, mid-born. I want to tell her she was perfect in the way that living things are perfect for the moment before they're told they're not. She was enough, she was so much, she was everything, and I'm holding her right here, right now. I've got her before you knew, just before, just before. Stay there just a moment, stay there. I still have your number, saved the way I saved it 10 years ago, with a little note beside it that says, call her, she always knows. I haven't called, you haven't called, and neither of us made a thing of it. We just quietly let the knowing go. I saw you in a photograph someone else had taken. You were laughing at a table I don't recognize, with people who know you the way I used to. And I was happy for a second, then I was something else. It's the part I can't explain to anyone who asks. There was just a Tuesday, and then another Tuesday, and then a year, and then your face became a face I used to know, and I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know whose fault that is. We just stopped the way a river sometimes changes course. We just stopped, no earthquake, no betrayal, no divorce. Just two people drifting in directions life had chosen, and the thread between us going slack, and then invisible, and then just gone. I still reach for it sometimes in the dark. I typed your name last February into the search, the way you do when you miss someone but not enough to call. I read the things you'd made public, felt like reading someone's mail, felt like standing at the window of a life I used to walk right into without knocking at all. I think about the last time we were really in a room. I can't find it in my memory. I can't find the last real afternoon, because we didn't know it was the last one. We were just two people saying see you soon, and meaning it, and meaning it, and meaning it, until we didn't, until the soon just ran out of room. We just stopped and the world kept going as it does. We just stopped and I became someone you once loved. I keep you in the part of me that learned to love that way. I keep you like a season I can visit but can't stay. I hope you're warm wherever, I hope you're warm. See you soon, I think we said. See you soon, we meant it, we meant it, we meant it then. Grew up with the towers falling on the screen. We grew up with the recession and the dream deferred. We watched the feeds become the world, become the noise. We learned to read the signs before they turn to words. We are fluent in the language of collapse. We know the names of things that have no names. We screenshot the unbearable to process it, then make dinner, feed the cat, do it again. We are the generation that stayed awake when going numb would have been easier. Generation that held the weight of a century inside a year. We didn't ask for this inheritance, this particular front row seat, but we showed up in the morning single translation between the world I carry in my pocket and the dinner table conversation. There is a grief that has no single object. It spreads across the decade like a weather. We feel it most at 4 a.m. in August, and in the quiet after any kind of laughter. We are not broken, we are not dramatic. We are just people who saw too much too young and learned to hold the elegy and the grocery list in the same 2 hands at the same time without dropping either. That is the skill, that is the inheritance, that is what we leave. We are the generation that stayed awake when going numb would have been easier. We are the generation that held the weight of a century inside a year. We didn't ask for this particular education, this front row seat to everything at once. But we loved each other in the wreckage, made art inside the noise. And when they ask what we did, we will say we bore witness, we stayed honest, we stayed soft, where softness cost the most. We are the generation that stayed, not because we weren't afraid. We are the generation that remained, in the burning and the beautiful the same. We didn't solve it, didn't fix it, didn't transcend. We just kept each other company until the very end. And that's a life, that's a life, that's enough of a life to have lived. We saw it, we said it, we stayed. That's us, that's all of us, still here, still here, still here. I think it was October when we stopped weekly. I think it was the following spring when we stopped the birthdays. I don't have a date, I don't have a reason, I just have a space where you used to be and a number in my phone. I haven't changed because changing it would mean deciding something I'm not ready to decide. We overlapped once at a party and we hugged the way you hug a person you once loved, which is to say, like the body remembers what the calendar has forgotten. We said we should get coffee and we meant it for the length of the hug, and then the party kept going and we went with it, and the coffee stayed a sentence we had said and not a thing we did. I know you in the past tense now. I know the you from then, and there's a you out living in the present that I'll never really know again. And that's not anyone's fault, that's just the way the door swings, sometimes without a sound. Somewhere around our have, and we are both still walking in the world, and we are both just fine. And that somehow is the hardest part to hold, that you are fine, that I am fine, that fine is possible without the other. I still laugh the way you taught me, at the things you showed me were worth laughing at. I still order what you ordered that one summer on a whim. You're in me in the ways that people get inside you when they've loved you long enough to leave a print. And maybe that is something, maybe that is not nothing, maybe that is its own kind of still. If I could, I'd go back to an ordinary afternoon, not a special one, just Tuesday, just the couch, just whatever we were doing with the time when we had it. And I'd pay attention, I'd be there the way you're only there when you know it's ending. And we didn't know, we never know, we're always in the middle of the last one, thinking there are more, thinking there are more. Somewhere around October, I learned that loss doesn't always announce itself. Somewhere around October, I learned that some things just quietly conclude, and the world keeps being the world, and you keep being you, and I keep being me, and between us just this ordinary, extraordinary space where a friendship used to live, and still in some way does, still in some way does. Somewhere around October, I think, somewhere around, I still have your number. I haven't changed it, I haven't changed it yet. You were the one that called from parking lots before I went inside, the one who knew the version of the story I didn't clean up. For the rest, I don't remember the last parking lot, I don't remember the last call. I just remember one day noticing there was no one left who knew that version of me at all. We made plans the way you make plans when you're already drifting, vague dates and vague months that neither of us chased. And I think we both knew, and I think we were both kind enough to let the other have the comfortable life of soon. A slow goodbye is harder than the clean kind. There's no moment you can point to and say, there, that was it. There's just a gradual becoming strangers, like a song you can't remember how it starts. The slow goodbye takes everything and gives you nothing back to hold. The slow goodbye misses you is very much the same. I've grieved louder losses and been held for them. There were flowers, there were people saying I'm so sorry. There were words for what I lost, but this has no word. This is not a thing you bring to anyone. You just carry it like weather, like a draft from a window you can't find. Just always slightly cold on one side of yourself where the warmth used to be. The slow goodbye, I'm still inside it. I don't know when it ends. The slow goodbye is learning how to hold someone in past tense. I loved you in the present for so long that the ship still catches. I loved you, I loved you, I love present tense. I loved, I loved, I loved. The parking lot, the 2 a.m., the chorus you came in on. I've got it, I've kept it, I've got all of it somewhere safe. I reached up for the shelf, and you were shorter than my shoulder. I don't know when that happened, I don't know when that changed. You used to be the ceiling, you used to be the weather, you used to be the thing that stood between me and everything. Afraid I watched you at the counter, reading something with your glasses. The ones you bought at drugstore, not the ones you'd ever choose. Your hands were doing something slow and careful with the wrapper, and I had to look away. I had to look away. There was a version of you I have kept so carefully in a place that doesn't update, doesn't age, and I've been living off that version like a photograph I carry of a room that's been rearranged. When did you get small? When did your hands start to show the years? When did the hallway get so quiet? When did I become the one who checks if you've been eating? Who calls to ask about the doctor who drives now? When it's dark, I don't know when I crossed that particular threshold. I just looked up one Tuesday and the whole world had rearranged. You apologized for being slow coming down the stairs, and something in my chest became a different shape you never used to. Apologize for taking up your space. You were the space, you were the whole entire place. I'm not ready, I know that's not a kept not looking, the way you keep not looking at a door. You know one day will close, and now I'm looking, and the door is just a door, and you are just a person getting older in a house we both pretend is the same house it always was. When did you get small? When did I get tall enough to hold this? When did the roles get quietly rewritten in a language neither of us chose? I love you in a way I have no word for, the way you love a thing you're losing while it's here. You're still here, you're right here in the hallway, and I'm memorizing everything. I'm memorizing you. The shelf, the glasses, the stairs, the hands, I'm keeping all of it. I'm keeping all of it, I promise, I promise. I didn't post the photo I like best of me. Too much of everything. I thought I posted one where I look less like myself and got more likes for looking less like what I've got. I qualified every opinion that I had with I might be wrong or just my take. By the time I'd finished all the hedging, I'd agreed with someone else by mistake. There's a voice that runs beneath the daily life like traffic you stop hearing after a while. It says not yet and almost and not quite, and I have been mistaken it for the truth for my whole life. Good enough was never good enough. I moved the line each time I crossed it like a punishment. Good enough was just a holding place I passed through on the way to still not measuring up. But I've been living in that in-between so long now that I've furnished it. I've learned the light in here, and I'm telling you it's not so bad. It's not so bad in here. I helped him move, I baked the thing, I stayed until the end. I showed up for the people who forget to show up then. And every time some part of me was hoping that the showing up would finally make the case that I was someone worth the keeping, not just useful occupying space. But useful isn't worthless, that's a lie they sold me. And asking to be loved isn't weakness, it's a fact of being human. And the fact that I kept showing up through all the years of not enough says something about the size of what I carry and the size of what I am. I was never asking for too much, I was asking the wrong people in the wrong rooms for a verdict that was always mine to give. Good enough, what if it was always true? Good enough, what if the only one who never knew was me? Standing at the edge of my own life, waiting for permission to come in. Good enough, what if I just walked in, sat down, said nothing, took the seat that always had my name on it? And hey, good enough, I'm trying on the words. Good enough, they fit a little loose, but I'll grow in. Good enough, not a consolation prize, not the silver medal version of a life. Good enough is waking up and being this and not a queer in any most like me. I didn't post it, but I kept it. That's a start. That's a start. That's enough for today. That's enough. You were 7, maybe 8 on the back porch in July, catching something in a jar, not asking why. The grass was wet, your knees were dirty, and the world was just a thing to touch. You didn't know that was the last summer you would ever love that much. There was a Tuesday, ordinary, unremarkable, when something shifted in the light. You came inside and something stayed outside. You couldn't name it, didn't try, just sat down for dinner, passed the salt and quietly let it die. I've been trying to remember the exact day you left, but you didn't leave all at once. You just got quieter and quieter until I couldn't hear you over everything I was supposed to become. Oh, little one, I'm sorry I forgot to hold the door. I got so busy learning how to want and fear and keep the score. You stood there in the hallway with your jar, your July grass. I walked right past you into grown, and you just didn't last. I see you sometimes in the way a child runs toward a thing, without the hesitation, without the math, without the wondering if it's worth the wanting. You were like that. Once I was like that. Once before I learned the careful measured path. I don't know what took you, it wasn't one thing, it was a semester, a comment in a hallway, a grade, a mirror, a boy who didn't call, a year of learning how to make yourself acceptable and small. And somewhere in the making, you just quietly weren't there at all. Oh, little one, I see you on the back porch in the jar light in the grass. I know you can't come back now. I know the afternoon has passed, but I want you just to know this before I close this particular door. You were the best of me, the very best, and I'm so sorry I didn't know until I couldn't have you anymore. The jar is empty, the grass has dried, the porch light's off. Good night, good night, little one, good night. I looked it up on the map, the way you look up a person you used to know. The coffee place is still there. I checked the one on Mercer with the broken chair. I always took the streets lights are the same streets, the light does the same thing. In October, I imagine I just don't live there anymore to see it. Someone else is sleeping in the room where I first learned that I could be a certain kind of person. Someone else is finding out which window gets the morning and which corner of the kitchen is too cold in March. And I hope they love it, I do. I just also grieve it quietly, the way you grieve a thing that has moved on without you. The city doesn't know it lost me. That's the part I keep returning to. It just kept being what it was, and I became a former resident, a memory that only I am keeping. The city kept going the way cities do. The city kept going and I kept going too. But somewhere on that street, in that particular light, there's a version of me still living, still getting it right, still finding the coffee, still learning the map, still young enough to think she's not coming back. She doesn't know yet. She doesn't know yet. I spoke differently there, I laughed at different things. I walked the long way home because the long way had that tree. I was becoming something on those streets I hadn't named yet, and then I left before the naming was complete. And I have been a draft of that person ever since. I have been the interrupted sentence of that street. If I went back, I know what I would find. The coffee place, the broken chair, the October light, but not myself. The version who belonged there is as gone as any person I have lost. She lived there in the gap between arriving and deciding, and the city held her briefly, and then the city just moved on as cities do, as everything eventually does. The city kept going, I kept going too. And somewhere in the keeping, I lost the version who knew which window got the morning, which corner was too cold, who was almost something on those streets before she got too old to be the almost. She was always almost, she was right there, right there. The coffee place is still there. I checked, the broken chair is probably still broken. Somebody's sitting in it, somebody's sitting in it now. There was a street I walked so many times, I stopped seeing it the way you stop hearing an accent once you've lived inside it long enough. The bakery, the pharmacy, the corner where the light took too long, and I would stand there thinking nothing, absolutely nothing. And I didn't know that nothing was a gift. I didn't know until it was wasn't mine to have. I knew the neighbors by their dogs, by their schedules, by the music through the wall. On Sunday mornings I was woven into something without noticing the weaving. And then I pulled one thread, the moving thread, the leaving thread, and something came apart that I had thought was just a neighborhood and wasn't. It was me. I left a self on Clement Street, I think, a self who knew which produce stand had better peaches, who waved at the man with the newspaper every morning, who was becoming something rooted and then wasn't. I left myself on Clement Street or somewhere near it. I left the version who was learning how to stay. She's still there, walking the long way for the trees. She's still there, standing at the light, thinking nothing. And I'd give so much to think like that again, to think that nothing is a place you simply live. I dream about it sometimes, not nostalgically, just accurately. The specific gray of morning on that block, the way the fog came in around 4:30, the sound the buses made turning at the corner. I wake up reaching for it and it's gone, and I'm somewhere else, and somewhere else is fine, somewhere else is good. But it is somewhere else, it is not Clement Street, it is not that. The city is still there, I know, I've seen it in the way that seeing something on a screen is seeing it exist. It's doing fine, the bakery still bakes, the fog still comes at 4, the light still takes too long, and somewhere at that corner is a person standing thinking nothing, and they don't know that nothing is the thing I have been looking for in every city I have lived in since I left, in every city since I left myself on Clement Street. Or maybe she left me, she stayed, and I was the one who left. And every city since has been a city I was passing through while looking for the one where I was almost rooted, where I was almost someone who could stay. Almost, almost Clement Street. The peaches, the newspaper man, the 4:30 fog. I've got it, I kept it, I kept all of it. In here, it's in here still. I used to watch your back and think nothing bad can reach us. You fill the door frame once, I swear you filled the room. Last Christmas I stood behind you in the kitchen and your shoulders had gone somewhere, I don't know. When they went, I don't know where they went. I just stood there holding something I forgot to put down. You fell asleep at 7:30 in the chair you always sleep in, and I turned the television down the way you used to do for me, and I sat there in the lamplight watching you breathe, and something cracked so quietly I almost didn't hear it. Almost. There's a back in every photograph from when I was still small, broad and certain, always moving, always first. Through every door I've been following that back my whole life, and now I'm walking slightly ahead. The back you used to be was the whole horizon. The back you used to be was everything was safe. I didn't know I was memorizing it. I didn't know I'd need it like I need it now. I give so much to walk behind you one more time, to be the small one, just one more ordinary afternoon. You asked me if I was tired, you always ask if I'm tired. Even now you're checking, even now you're the one who asks, and I said fine, the way you taught me, and you nodded and I saw it. You knew, you always knew what fine was covering, you just let me have it. I think about the years you were afraid and didn't show me the weight you carry quietly through every ordinary year. I thought you were just strong, I didn't know that strong was something you performed for me. I didn't know that you were also just a person standing between your child and the dark, pretending you weren't tired. We are so alike in that we are so much alike. The back you used to be, I carry it inside me. The back you used to be is how I learned to stand, and now I walk ahead and sometimes turn to check the way you always turn to check on me. We've traded places tenderly without a word, the way the best things happen without a word. I'm just ahead, I'm right here, I'll turn around, I promise I'll keep turning. I've got you, I've got you, I've got you. I made myself smaller in that meeting room, took up less chairs, said less than I knew, watched someone else say the thing I almost said. They got the nod, I got the ceiling in my head. On the first date I mentioned 3 things I was sorry for before the appetizers came. I have a habit of confessing to my flaws, like paying dues before I play the game. I've been running a correction on myself since longer than I can remember. Like there's a factory setting I can't find that would make me finally acceptable to someone, somewhere, somehow. The correction never ends. There's always one more thing, the body or the laugh, or how I say the wrong thing. I've been optimizing for a standard that keeps moving. Every time I reach it, it was never meant for me. The correction is the product on the market, and I'm done being sold a version of myself that isn't one. My mother did it too. I saw it in her hands, the way she'd smooth her dress before the neighbors came. Her mother proudly did it in a different dress, in a different room with the same invisible shame. It travels down the women in my family like a recipe nobody wrote down. A pinch of make yourself presentable, a cup that don't take up too much room, a tablespoon of smile when you'd rather not, and pass it to your daughters warm. I'm not blaming anyone who learned it before me. I'm just the one who got to name it. I'm the one who gets to say this recipe stops here. This dish was never food, it was hunger, taught to feed on itself. And I'm done cooking it. The correction never ends. There's always one more thing, but I'm learning how to notice when the not enough starts singing. I don't have to harmonize, I don't have to join a choir. I can just sit with the sound and let it pass and not call it true. No more correction, no more revision, no more performing competence for someone else's vision. I'm the complicated version, and the simple one is, well, I'm the woman in the meeting who has things to tell, and the one who soothes her dress but knows not why she does it, and chooses some mornings not to. My grandmother's hands, my mother's hands, my hands, we all just wanted to be enough. We were, we always were. We just weren't told.